And this actually is supposed to be good, so I'm into this as well. It should be good.
I wanted to write and explore a story about obsession and about how, you know, people think that if they keep pushing and if they keep trying to, you know, do the best they can, it's a really good thing. But sometimes if you go too far and too extreme, it's dangerous and it's a sign of illness. So I think that I wanted to really show that on screen, and I wanted to do it with my passion of filmmaking. So I thought that, you know, if I had this story about Brian, the filmmaker, and his journey going through this, I could really explore sometimes, you know, how I can feel a bit obsessed about doing this, but how I need to ground myself, you know, so I don't go crazy like he does in the story. I first started organising this in September. I actually wanted to do it as my end of year summer film, but because of other projects and complications, this didn't happen. And then one of the actresses who played the little girl, Lauren Bickley, actually said, I'm still looking forward to playing that character. And I thought, and I actually hadn't thought about Lonely Girl for a long time, and then actually started re-scripting it and redoing it. And it's been a long process. Some bits have been really hard and harrowing, and they've taken a lot of effort. But at the end of the day, the project is looking really good. It's a fun atmosphere to be around, and every bit of stressing or every bit of work that we've all put in has made it great, and I don't, you know, regret a second of it.
This role, Georgina, I particularly came across, it was quite randomly actually. A friend of mine said to me over Facebook, she said, oh, I have a friend who's doing a film and you're an actress, can you help him out? It'd be really great if you could help him out. And so I emailed him, and he emailed me the script, and he was really excited and enthusiastic, which I love in a person.
And then I was just on Facebook while I was working very hard on my job, of course, one day. And I saw a call out for Lonely Girl by Mr. Peter Michael, and I thought, you know, why not? You know, this would be pretty cool. I could put some time aside for that, and you know, I've loved every minute of it, really.
I saw a flyer thing up in one of the drama corridors when Megan and we were walking down the corridor during our production for one of our subjects. And we were like, hey, why don't we apply for that? Why don't we try to go for that kind of thing? We were like, yeah, all right, let's do it. And yeah, so that's kind of how I got here.
I saw there was like a piece of paper up in like the English block or something like that at QUT at Kelvin Grove. And I saw it, and I was with Beck at the time, who plays Rachel. And I was like, oh my god, Beck, I'm like, we should totally do this. I was like, I'm going to email this guy. And she was like, okay. And then, so I emailed Peter, and he emailed back, and then I was like, Beck, you gotta get onto this. We're gonna be famous movie stars. So I'm like, you have to email him. And so yeah, that's how it happened.
My cast and crew are simply amazing, and I think... Was that an accident?
Never.
No, I think my cast and crew are really amazing people to work with, and I think I have pushed them through a lot, and at times I'm probably a bit too serious when they want to be a bit laid back and have fun, but at the end of the day, I could instantly see from the moment when they walked into auditions, you know, Megan walked in and she read for me, and I was meant to be reading Brian's lines in the script, and I'm just in awe at her, and I'm just going, she is so Belle. Just the way she's reading it and giving me eye contact, and just her acting in general, just she was made to play this role. And when Talia and Beck came in as well, it was just really, you could just see how well they got on, and just knew that even though that they played their characters amazingly, that it was just great to work with them as people as opposed to everyone else. I think it was just really it's really fun. There's no other way to describe it. It's just fun, and you know, and Jared's good. He's very good at acting the lead, and just they all, you know, you can just see that they laugh offset, and just how much fun that everyone is having, and that's what you want to take out of the production. You want to have a film that you want to know that you can look back on it and that you had a good time creating it. And the cast is great too. Rachel holding the boom and watching her arms get sore, and just watching Andre behind, you know, helping out with camera shots and lighting at times, and everyone really. It's just, this has probably been one of the best cast and crew I've worked with out of all the other projects I've done.
So what's it like to work with Peter as a director?
Oh, Peter's great. As I said, he's really laid back, he's really casual. Not something I'm used to in this industry, but it's really refreshing. He's really understanding, I find too. Because he's around my age, I think I relate to him a lot. So he's really great, really supportive.
Peter is just a visionary. And when I first read The Lonely Girl, I was like, this is like really, really good. I love psychological things. No spoilers.
Peter, he's a stickler for perfectionist. It's good. That's what that's my theory. I know he's sitting right behind me, but that's okay. And he stresses to try to get that perfectionism, but it's good, because then it balances out the laid-backness and the wanting to get it done well. And it's good to have someone who wants to get it done properly, because if you didn't have someone who wanted to get it done properly, then it would just end up bad. So I'm glad that he is like that.
I'm a very realist, so I think I'm very clear about what I see. So when I was writing the script, you know, I could see certain things playing out in my head. So when I get to the set and I'm giving the actors instruction, you know, I really see that I really see how to direct them and how to really bring that image to life. And I think I'm very visual in terms of, I see it, I don't just write it, I actually see images in my head and making it into a realistic and serious. I think I'm very, in my thematic material, it's very much in that way.
This is from my new turnaround there. Sorry, and if you get it on her, move maybe a bit over.
Pretty slow.
I think so. What is it, 10:30? We're heading up?
Do we need the tripod as well?
Yep.
There was this one moment where me and another actress who in the performance is an enemy of mine, and we were having a very dark kind of conversation, and as soon as he said cut, it's kind of like, I like your hair, I like yours too. It was really quite a funny transition that he actually captured on film.
And we kind of cut for a minute, and then, you know, sun starts sprinkling on me and Talia, and we look up and there's a possum just happily pissing away on us both, and you know, that was gross, but it was funny as well.
Oh. Kind of like little pants anyway. Hey, hey!
And it seems like all the funny moments happen when I'm not around, even though I am the funniest of everybody. I can only think of funny things that I've done. It's only like, oh yeah, I remember that time we were like filming on the bike track, and we're like doing this really intense scene, and I'm like staring at Talia, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. And then like we finished that scene, and then this guy rode his bike past, and he's like, I'm not even gonna ask, and just like kept on riding, and we're like, we look like crazy people, but it's worth it.
Out of all the problems we have encountered today, from the really big ones to the tiny ones, this is the biggest one we've had today. Sunshine Punch or Tropical Punch?
We're halfway through a cut, and then, you know, we hear screaming, we look up and Talia's just like chasing these crows up at the top. I think that was pretty funny. And then, you know, Megan herself, she's just like dishing out jokes left and right, so.
It's very interesting putting it all together and actually watching it start from being words on the page to being, you know, a trailer on YouTube or just the final scenes together, and I love that feeling. It's probably the best part is, you know, when you're all done and wrapped up, just watching something that you and the other people in the project have created. There really is no other amazing feeling that can, you know, compare.